It's a good job. I didn't either. I was trying not to. Yeah, he's nice. What? Where's the blue ready? The lost.
Are there still more people sneaking in?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have to do the thing.
You just didn't know. Why is he watching this?
He's kind of dumb.
Where's your order?
The one we never played?
Broke them already?
I'm gonna feel a lot of pressure.
I'm just like,
Oh, sorry. It would have
all right, so we start.
Cheers, Paul.
I guess I'm in charge.
There might be more coming, but that's fine.
Yeah. I'll talk for a couple minutes first, and then when I originally set it up, I set up the band. I think just
You were.
All right, let's start. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's program, whether you're joining in person or over the live stream. We're glad to have you joining us tonight. Tonight's event took many tries to find something that would work for us. We originally attempted to find a way that we could perform a senior song together. We looked at several different dates, several different times of day, and we were about ready to give up on it altogether, but we were able to make tonight work. Unfortunately, we won't be able to perform a senior song this year, but we can still recognize our seniors for their time in the bands here at Austin High School and for some of the incredible work that they've done through their years playing their instruments as well. For those of you joining in person, I'm guessing many of you, or perhaps most of you, have not seen the space over here yet, and we wanted to use tonight to also show some of the new spaces over here. At the end of the program, we do have some refreshments upstairs, and I'll be available, and I'm sure seniors as well, to show people around if you'd like to see some of the new spaces. The broad overview of the space here is up to that glass wall you came through here. On the other side of that is McPhail Center for Music. On the other side of this wall here is Austin High School and upstairs. And then the space in between is a shared space between Austin High School and McPhail Center for Music. So essentially during the daytime, we can use this space. In the evenings when they have lessons and things, they can use this shared space, and it's available for any group from both organizations to use. And you'll probably get to see some of those other spaces afterward. The choir room downstairs and a new commons area behind through these double doors, as well as the band and orchestra spaces upstairs. The last year has been unlike any other, and hopefully unlike any we'll see again. Our seniors have had some very unusual experiences after a very typical few years of band, suddenly a very atypical final year and a third. through this current school year, we've still been able to make music, but in very different ways. Our school schedule, in order to accommodate all of the challenges and changes and spacing and everything else, had students in person just 2 days a week. So many of them had not seen each other in person at school until today or last Wednesday when some of us were able to play together. And last week there were many seniors and juniors commenting, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that other person. I forgot they existed." And I think they're exactly right that after not seeing people in person for 14 or 15 months, it can be very easy to forget what our band once was, or what could have been, would have been, and has been. But most importantly, we continue to make music, even though it was in different formats, only first and fourth quarters this school year, with a weird 5-month break in between, in groups of 20 to 25 students, and 100-minute class periods that we divided up between full group playing, small group playing, and more full group playing to hopefully save people's faces and mental energy as well. Music still happened, and I think that's really the biggest takeaway from this. C.S. Lewis wrote in the Chronicles of Narnia that no one will ever know what would have happened. And I think as much as we reflect on, the challenges this year and maybe what we wanted the year to be, we can never know what would have happened if it had been a typical year, but we can look at the things that we did do this year and the music that we did make and the friendships that students maintained and the experiences that we did still have. This year in band, there were 29 seniors, although some had various scheduling challenges because of the block schedule and conflicts with PSEO and other opportunities. And not all were able to play the entire year, but at some point in the year, 29 different seniors participated in band at Austin High School, many of whom are here tonight, and the others that we'll recognize in case they're watching over the live stream or watching the recording later on. These seniors have committed to something for 8 years in an age when many people have a hard time knowing what they're doing tomorrow, or maybe even in a half an hour when we're done with this. These students have committed to something for 8 years, have worked hard day in and day out, and maybe if some feel like they didn't work very much, they still worked for at least 50 minutes every day during the school year. And for some students, it was exactly 50 minutes a day. For some students, it was a lot more, probably more closer to 50 minutes a day. But some students did do a lot more. And even 50 minutes a day is a pretty impressive amount when you think about how much playing that would be over the course of 8 years. This class is only, in my 12 years teaching, this is only the third class that I've taught all the way through all four years of high school after teaching at 2 other schools before coming to Austin High School. And it's incredible to see the bonds that build between the students when they are in the same classroom every single day of school for their time in high school, and people who have been a stand partner perhaps back to 7th grade or 6th grade or 5th grade with the same person. That some of the students have connections with each other because of things outside of band, but some have connections because of the things they do in band and other musical areas. And I thoroughly enjoy getting to know them as people and as future adults and now young adults as they enter into the next stage of their lives. This year I'm going to recognize the seniors slightly differently than usual as far as the order. I'm going to group them based on some of their experiences, mostly so that we can applaud for them in groups rather than having 29 separate applause sessions. I'll tell you about each of 4 different groups of seniors based on what they did with band and where they played with band. The first group is seniors who were in symphonic band this year. I don't believe any of the symphonic band seniors are here tonight. Is that correct? So I'll read their names and I'll save their awards and give them to those students later. There are 5 seniors who performed in symphonic band in 10th, 11th, and 12th grades. First, Raistlin Klein, a flute player, who I can't even mention without the next student, Kesley Watayak. Those 2 students sat next to each other in band all the way through high school, played duets every year, and became leaders in our symphonic band. Tyler Rice is an alto saxophone player in symphonic band. He moved here, I believe, at the beginning or midway through 9th grade and made a lot of major growth and accomplishments in his time here. Ethan Belden is a tenor sax player. Ethan was doing distance learning this year and wasn't able to join us in person, but is still a member of the senior class and band. And Adam Vlacity, a percussionist who became a leader in our pep band, whether intentionally or not. People got used to hearing Adam on the bass drum and following along with what he was doing. So congratulations to our 5 symphonic band seniors. Our next group of seniors are the students who were in wind ensemble for 1 year of high school just this year. For those students, it was certainly a different experience having their year of wind ensemble be in this format that we had this year. But these students still got to have an experience that not everyone gets to have, to play in the wind ensemble and to learn challenging music and learn music quickly. And I'd like to recognize those students. There are, I believe, 6. So 6 students who played in wind ensemble for 1 year. First of all, Christina Kuiper, a bass clarinet player. She's not able to be here tonight, but we thoroughly enjoyed having Christina in band. Next, Isaiah Mendoza Lagunas. Is Isaiah here? Isaiah played alto sax, also was played for 2 years in Jazz 1 here at Austin High School, and made some huge growth with his jazz playing through that experience. Next is Brittany Rojas Ortiz, a clarinet player. I don't believe Brittany's here, right? What's that? Ethan is coming in. We'll give Ethan his plaque in a minute. Next, a trumpet player, Trevor Pazurek.
First one of the night.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Trevor.
Can I propose to her?
Yep.
Oh.
As the first person to come forward, Trevor gets to figure out how it all works and show us what we're doing. Next, Andrew Alberts, another trumpet player.
I really appreciate it. It really means a lot.
And finally, Logan Murphy, a trombone player. I don't believe Logan is here. So congratulations to our 1 year wind ensemble members. Next, a large group, our 2 year wind ensemble seniors, which is a majority of the seniors. All of the students in this group played in 9th grade band like anyone else, spent 1 year in symphonic band, either developing skills or developing leadership before auditioning into wind ensemble, and we'll recognize them for their 2 years performing in wind ensemble. Flip my stack over so it's in the right order. First, Misha Weber. Misha's not here right now. Misha is a flute player and impressed us greatly following her audition into wind ensemble. Misha continued taking private lessons and is the only member of the senior class to earn a spot in the Minnesota All-State Band. Next, some clarinet players. Emma Rosheim. You can if you want to. Peter Lee. And a clarinet player who later switched to bass clarinet on the low end of the band, Ashley Meyer. Next, some trumpet players. Alex Wynn, a trumpet player who became a leader in our pep band as well. Next is Lauren Wernemont. And also a trumpet player, Isabel Stark, who also played for 2 years in Jazz One. Practicing shake with the
I'm
right.
like the diploma grab. Left
Practicing
hand, right hand.
shake with the right, grab with the left. Next, two French horn players, Max Oldenkamp. Exactly. And Isaac Dries. Next is our senior tuba player, Logan Kelly, who I don't believe is here right now. And senior percussionist, Riley Haugen. Congratulations to our 2-year wind ensemble members. Next, we move on to 6 seniors who performed in wind ensemble for 3 years. These students, some of them have described it as jumping into the deep end of the pool without realizing it, jumping straight from 9th grade band to wind ensemble. And these students have really impressed me, both with their resilience through a difficult 10th grade year of learning what it took to play in wind ensemble, but also how quickly they became leaders in their sections in 11th grade and leaders in the band in 12th grade. These students were part of the wind ensemble 3 years ago when we performed as one of 3 bands selected to play at the State Minnesota Music Educators Conference, which is an incredible honor for them, and I'm sure something that they won't forget about. They've had the opportunity to play with some amazing musicians, but also to become amazing leaders themselves. So 6 seniors who played in wind ensemble for 3 years. First of all, our band president, Chloe Schmidt. Next, our band vice president, Katie Shin. A clarinet player who turned into an oboe player and excelled at both, Celia Goosen. A clarinet player who's still a clarinet player, Eric Yang. Next, the only student who was both a full-time wind ensemble member and a full-time symphony orchestra member, as both a French horn player for 3 years in wind ensemble, and now I believe principal violin this year, and a 3-year member of symphony orchestra, alternating days between the two and excelling at both, Corey Engelstad. And finally, a trombone player, Adam Pike.
That's it? Pep band captain, jazz band.
And the unofficial pep band captain and a 2-year Jazz One member.
Woo!
Congratulations to our 3-year wind ensemble members. There's a word that I've often heard to describe students who excel at something, but a word that I particularly don't like, and I'll tell you why. It's the word talent. A lot of people talk about talent, and I don't particularly like describing things that way because I feel like simply saying someone is talented sometimes makes it easy to forget about the hard work that they've put into things. As if it's simply a gift that students can just do what they do without putting any work into it. But this class definitely demonstrates that hard work with talent makes all the difference, and that no matter how much talent you may be born with, the hard work that you put in makes all the difference in the world. And I've been impressed with this class, with this group of seniors, and I thank them for their hard work day in and day out. I have two final awards to present tonight. Unfortunately, the plaques haven't arrived yet because of a shipping delay at the manufacturer. Normally, in a typical year, we'd present the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award. This year, I decided not to present an award simply because we didn't have jazz band this year, and I didn't think there was a way to choose from students for what they did in previous years. But I do want to recognize the students who performed in Jazz 1 here at Austin High School, and really all the students who performed in jazz. So anyone who played in jazz band for at least 1 year, any jazz band, please stand up if you would. Part of the reason it would be difficult to give an award is because most years Jazz 1 is a very high percentage of seniors, which means that there are very few students in this class who played in Jazz 1 ever, since they didn't have a senior year of jazz band. But there are, if I counted correctly, three students in this class who did perform in Jazz 1. Adam Pike on trombone and Isabel Stark, both in 11th grade, as well as Riley Haugen in both 10th and 11th grade. So I would like to recognize our three seniors who played in Jazz 1 here at Austin High School. And our final award is the John Philip Sousa Award. The John Philip Sousa Award is given at every school, or most schools across the country, to one senior from each class based on their overall work in band throughout their years in high school. The award recognizes students who have gone above and beyond, not just doing what they do day in and day out, but doing things in between and doing things on their own. It generally recognizes students both for their musical excellence and for the leadership and support they provide for other students who have made the band better and not just their own playing. And this year, with Wind Ensemble split into two groups and not all the students being together, I've decided to give two John Philip Sousa Awards. One to a student who has really excelled in performance and performing and a lot of musical aspects, and one to a student who's been a great leader in the program, with both their work in class and their service outside of class, with things with maintaining equipment and helping other students with things. So our first John Philip Sousa Award winner this year is not able to be here today, but I would like to congratulate Misha Weber, an All-State member. Misha's continued work in lessons all throughout high school, regular instrument practice, and of course her successful audition and participation in the Minnesota All-State Band are very impressive. And secondly, I would like to recognize a student, as mentioned, who did a lot for our program, both musically, but also helping out with many things, equipment and showing things to other students and general leadership in many, many different ways. And that student is Riley Haugen. With that, I really have nothing more to add, but I believe the officers had some comments that they wanted to make, so I'll turn things over to our band officers.
Presidente.
We got it here. I don't see a badge.
So first off, I want to thank you for all the parents that are here and watching online. I know it means a lot to us because our year has been, crazy with not having concerts and everything. So this is kind of a little makeup thing for us for our last thing in band. The first thing I want to do is introduce all of us. My name is Chloe, and I am the band president.
I'm Katie, and I'm the vice president.
I'm Emma and I'm the band secretary.
I'm Riley and I'm the treasurer.
I'm Lauren, and I'm the officer at large. So do you want to grab the first one? So every year the seniors give Dundas a couple gifts as kind of the last of the year thing. The first one is one that we always do. It's a picture board of everybody that's a senior, or everybody that brings their picture in, I should say. So
Lauren, turn around. There's me.
Thank you. For anyone that comes upstairs and looks around, you'll see many of these hanging on the wall from past years, and you'll see some of that connection to the past in our new room as well. Thank you.
And the next gift, all of the seniors, those who brought in money, we all pitched in to give him a personalized gift to show how appreciative we are of everything Dundas has done, especially this year. We appreciate everything that you do, and we'll all miss you. I should also say that we guessed on the size.
Oh yeah.
It's a personalized phone case.
So yeah, phone case with pictures of my family on it. Thank you.
Can you put it on your phone?
I'd have to take it.
We'll wait.
I wasn't gonna get in the phone next time.
Now you can.
I don't think it'll fit. Does it fit?
Does it fit?
Pretty much.
I'm not sure it fits quite well, so would you open this gift for us?
No, worries. You guys made a phone?
Yeah, we made it. From
You made
scratch.
it?
We got him a new phone. Yes. Yeah, we've been in contact with him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's awesome.
That is all we have.
He's gonna put his own phone
Okay, well,
that's all we have.
Can you send us a remind off that new fancy thing?
Ooh.
Like maybe like a selfie with the family.
All right. Well, once again, thank you to those who are here in person, to all the people watching online, either live or the taped version later on YouTube. There are refreshments upstairs. If you go up these stairs and follow the path around, there's a large counter upstairs with some refreshments, and any of us will be happy to show you around the building. Thank you again, seniors. I'll miss you all.